welcome back to Two Old Crows Homestead. This is Shelly here, and I am out at Jason's Kentucky Sustainable Living, and we are getting ready to teach our first chicken processing class. So come along with us as we do this. So Jessica and Crystal are getting the tables ready, the workstations set up. We've got about 12 people, I think, coming out here for this weekend. We've got 2 pluckers set up, kill cones are over there. We got our classroom in here. We'll also be having lunch in here. We're going to talk today about how to process chickens, how to care for chickens. We're going to talk about building compost and the chicken tractor on steroids, all of that kind of stuff. So we're really excited about it. Needs to be between 150 and 170. These gloves are really handy to hold it down under the water.
You know it's done when the tail feathers come out easily.
Because they're like the strongest ones. Ooh, that's hot. It's not. There they come. All right. So we don't want it in there so long that it turns bad. That water is cold. And there will be an inspecting stage after we get it completely eviscerated, so if you need to pluck off any excess feathers. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. Have you got buckets for us to put stuff in? Now what you're gonna start with are the legs. There's and then I'm going to take the neck off. So there's a way to do this that I am not very good at. And normally you don't have, normally you're going to cut the head like right below this. That came off in the plucker. So, but you can make an incision. You want to get as far down to the neck as you can. You can make an incision and then break it. I'm not any good at that. I can't ever do that. So that's one of the times Randy said that we use the poultry shears to cut the neck. So I get it where I want it to be. And I cut it all the way around. And then I'm just going to take these and cut. Right like that. Now the neck is another one of those things that if you want, we're going to go in this way and cut out and eviscerate it and get everything out. So it depends on if you're a skin person or not a skin person. Kind of depends on what you're cooking. Like she said earlier, if you want to make chicken and dumplings, you want skin, right? If you don't care if there's a lot of skin left, then it doesn't matter where you cut this. But when you're getting ready to eviscerate it, you want to cut back as far as you can. And if you guys want to come up around, it might be better. You might see better. See the intestines in there. And I'm going to cut right here. There's a gland, this fat part right here on their tail. There's a gland right here. You want to get above that. Because you know, when you go to the store, you don't see this little hind end thing there. It's easy to cut right through the tailbone. And I'm going to cut around this. And then cut on this side. Flip it back over. And I want to come up, so this is their pelvic bone. I want to come up inside of that pelvic bone. And so whenever you're butchering an animal, any animal, remember small cuts, small mistakes. So if you go in and you start hacking, if you make a mistake, it's usually a big mistake. So I'm gonna cut. I just want to detach all of this tail from everything. All right, I think I'm detached. Okay, so this is the rectum. It's hooked up to that end right there. All of that stuff inside. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can get up in there. And I'm just gonna put my hand up in there and start pulling stuff out.
And it's better if you got small hands. If you got big hands, it's like hard to get in there.
Well, it lets me out. That's great for me.
You're like little bitty kid hands.
And that smell, is that from the chicken?
Alright.
I'm
He
saving.
loves chicken nuggets and chicken livers.
I'm taking all this. I'm gonna feed the
Alright.
chicken feet to the dogs. Let them chew on it, and I'll take the rest of
The heart. Some people like chicken hearts. This is the liver. This is the gallbladder. You don't want that. And if you cut that, it's going to have green, funky stuff in there that you do not want on your meat. But if you like chicken livers, that's this part. If you like chicken gizzards, I love chicken gizzards. I have not, out of all the birds that I've killed, I've not done my own gizzards. But I want to show this to you. So do you all know what a gizzard is for?
Grinds up the food.
It grinds up the food. So when you're feeding your chickens, you need to make sure that they're getting grit. And if you have them out free ranging, they're probably getting grit. It's just little rocks that they're picking up. Those rocks go into this gizzard, and this is a muscle, and it grinds up their food so they're able to digest their food. With chicks, they've got chick grit, which is just smaller little pieces that you can give them. If your chickens are pinned up, you need to make sure you give them grit, because they'll pick, like even in Jason's pen out there, they'll go around and pick up all the rocks that they can find, and then there won't be any more. They've got to have rocks in this thing to grind up their food. So let's just cut it open and see.
We've got ours in a chicken tractor.
Yeah.
We need to supply grit too.
Probably not. As long as they're moving around and in new places, you're probably good to go. But if you notice that they're having a problem digesting their food, that may be an issue. I mean, that may be something you need to look at. So if I open this up, you see it's got grass, there's rocks in there. This is where the food goes. When they eat it, it goes into their crop, and then it moves into the gizzard, and it gets ground up. And then just like us, our stomach grinds up or digests everything with fluids. That then goes into their intestines, which is just like the windpipe. So that's pretty much it. You can see the inside of the bird. Everything's out. Huh? Yeah, I got the lungs.
So the lungs came out without using it.
Yeah.
They usually stick
Yeah.
to the top of the rib cage. You gotta kind of scoop them out.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm gonna take off all of the other feathers that I don't need, want. And then I'm gonna, after I get this cleaned off, I'm gonna hose this out, and then I'm going to drop this into a cooler where it's gonna cool for about a half hour. It's warm out here. Now, if I was leaving this a whole fryer, I would cut those tips off, because I don't keep those. I don't want those. Let's see. Where's the water? Can you put the water hose up here? You just spray them off.
I put them in the back of the car and take them with me.
That joke was probably good.
You think I can turn it loose now? What do I do with this cut for? Do I wash it off?
Yeah, you can wash it off. Or, yeah, you
I
can wash
forgot what
it.
y'all did. I forgot already.
Those for you.
But how many do you want me to? No, I'm gonna.
You slip this scalding glove on, and that way you won't burn your hand. And then Mike will help you on dunking. Got it?
Which one am I putting it in? Which
Right
one?
here. This one right here.
Sounds good.
Okay, girls, ready or not.
Did you ever, a few years ago, you never think you'd be doing this?
No, but I've never not wanted to do it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. Go on the ground or go in here. Woo! Whoop, look, myself in the face.
Just hold it small.
Not gonna remember what she did next.
So you're going to pull this up in here and cut as much of that neck off as you can get.
Okay.
Would you like him to get some shears?
You can go get them. I don't know if she wants to use them or not. But you can go get them.
Here. Oh, you never mind. You touch the chicken.
Yeah, I got all these.
No, I'll have to wait for you all because I.
Do you want the shears?
Yeah, she's going to get them. Thank you. Okay. Now let me look at this.
You're fine. If you got any questions, just ask me.
And that way y'all's are clean.
Yep.
And then we don't have to worry
Yep.
about.
No, you're right. Very lightly. Don't cut in there too deep.
Clearly this is I'm weird about it when we're butchering stuff. I'm like, clean. And like when we do a pig out here, we'll take a pig, shoot it down there, bring it up with the tractor, we hose it.
I'm not getting them that far enough.
You're getting it. What? There you go. Pull all that out.
Neck my. Boy, that's just a nasty mess, Suzanne.
We're going to spray it out.
Is that the ones?
Yes.
Okay.
You want that little thing?
Don't matter to me if it's in there or not.
Probably not right now. I'm ready to get rid of them because they're expensive. I had one of my buddies was gonna buy it. He backed out. I was like, dude, I'm taking it.
So right now people are learning how to piece out parts. Everybody's done a whole bird.
Do you want me to go get you all the bags? Oh, there's a bag in the freezer already.
So Crystal was doing the video yesterday, videoing for us, and she got busy helping out with something else, and that was all the video footage that I got from the day, which is fine. So now you can, you know, like see our chickens just tooling around out here. But we ended up having 10 people that came in for the class, and which was fine because we were able to give a lot of one-on-one instruction with them. Stop it. I've got my dog here. He's being needy. We were able to give a lot of one-on-one instruction we were very thankful for help from Lawrence and Mike, who are in our KSL group, and then also Lawrence's wife Casey came and helped, and Jessica was there. She helped a bunch of people out, and then of course Crystal was there helping and videotaping for us. So a big shout out to those guys, because without them, these things, these workshops, the festival, everything would be so hard to do. We're so thankful to have them in our group. One of the things that I really loved was that several people, were saying, stop. Several people were coming up and saying, we now feel like we could do this. That beforehand, they weren't sure if they bought, like a flock of meat birds or whatever, if this was something that they could do, and they were thankful to be able to come and practice on a couple chickens and just learn that skill, and now they know that they can go home and practice more and get better and better and better. And that's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. We want to help people get those skills in their tool belt and be able to get control of their own food and raise their own food and process their own food and all of that kind of thing. So anyways, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, God bless you. Have a great day.